YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to click on the start of Season 4 and moving up in the rankings. We are now in the Sun Belt, and is this going to be the year that we kind of hit a plateau? We don't know. We will see. As you can see, we're already in week 1. We didn't have a game week 0. We've been really focusing on recruiting. So we'll talk about the schedule, we'll go over our recruiting board, then we'll talk about the roster, and then we'll hop into gameplay. So Northern Illinois, we travel there to start. It's a rivalry game. That's the biggest reason why we're playing it. We'll probably stop playing this rivalry game eventually. And truthfully, probably this one too. So we started the year with 2 rivalry games. Tune-ups realistically and hopefully, but again, trying to win rivalries, get our brand up, that different type of thing. Then we jump into Sunbelt. We play Toledo, then we play Bowling Green, who is our arch nemesis, which we did beat in the conference title game last year. San Diego State. Then we have a non-conference game against Army, really trying to get our revenge from the bowl loss 2 years ago, but they ended up beating us in horrible fashion last year. If you didn't see that, go ahead and go check last season out. Then right after, we play Navy, which is kind of an interesting dynamic in the schedule. And then App State, Louisiana, South Alabama. Our bye is week 11. Then we finish with 2 home Sunbelt games against UAB and New Mexico. Before we hop into the roster, you can see on the top we are an 87 overall, 89 offense, 84 defense. Again, I always think this is inflated for sure, and you will see why when we get into the roster. But 2.5 star now from, I think we started as a half star. So we're building and continuing to grow. The roster this year, and I'm in the red shirt, so if it's blurred out, that's why. So Bryce Baker, gonna be a stud. 90 overall, 90 speed. His throw power is out of this world as well. It's like 98 or something, 96. We are gonna redshirt Nostrowski in case he leaves. He wants to. Because he's an A- championship contender. So we'll see how that goes, but we're going to redshirt him. He is elite dev. He's going to become better. He's already a 79 overall as well, which if we go and look at his skill caps, he has 0. So redshirting him, getting an extra year of off-season progression would be fantastic. He's a championship contender as well, but he's only at a B. So we got to make sure that we're winning games. Otherwise, we're going to run the risk of losing him. So, Williams 90 as well. He's up to, or he stayed at a 91 speed. Thomas is going to be the backup. Sisk is going to be the third back. The reason that I'm going to have him be the third back is Byard is only an impact, but he has 92 speed, 92 excel. We're going to redshirt him, and we're going to also redshirt Eero. Just because the fact that we get to the 4th and the 5th typically doesn't happen. So just to keep them on board, we have our fullback who is going to, I almost said retire, but graduate after this year. Receiving room, we have a lot of guys that are very, very similar. That's kind of where we are at. And it is what it is. Proximity to home for Marcus Addison. We're going to redshirt him because Durham is going to be playing over him anyway, so it doesn't do us any good to do that. So we're going to redshirt him because he's not going to play over these 4 anyway, plus Durham's jumping him because of his speed. So, again, all 80s minus Durham, but Durham's 93 speed makes him play way better. Uter is still the lead tight end. We struggled with drops last year, but his abilities are just too much. I don't think we can really demote him. The one thing that I might do, though, is... Do I redshirt Price? I just don't think I can with 2 tight ends. I just don't think I can. I might. We'll come back to it. Tight ends, all of them are very similar. Good speed and 50-50s and that type of stuff. Left tackle, 82 overall junior. We have an 82 overall behind him as well, junior, redshirt. He's a star development player, but the true junior has a lot more physical attributes. We have a freshman here who has playing style. It's an A+ right now, so we're going to redshirt him. We also have playing time here, so this one's a little bit trickier to redshirt. And we might not, because I think I wanted to move him to center, if I remember correctly, because we have two centers that are seniors that just aren't very good. So that's our weak spot right now, and if we can move him into playing center, it should affect his playing time, but knowing the game, it probably won't. Renner, the junior, is an 88 here, 84 behind him as a senior in Rakeem Johnson. We have a freshman down here as Coach Prestige. He's impact. We might as well redshirt him as well. 88 for Longo. He's also a junior. 81 behind him is McDermott. And then we have 2 freshmen down here. One is a normal dev, so we probably won't redshirt him, but the impact we will. Now we're going to get into the issue. So that's an 89 offense. I don't think it really is. We have holes at receiver and tight end. It's really carried by the 90 QB, 90 running back, and then mid 80 linemen. So I just don't understand how that gets us to 89. We do have Collins at an 83 overall. He is going to be the guy coming off the edge. Byler only has normal, so we're going to leave him not redshirted. Stick, however, is a redshirt. Conference prestige, so we're probably going to have to try to convince him to stay just because of the conference that we're in. Garrison obviously is a stud. He didn't go up a whole lot, but he does get a lot of skill points. They're just super expensive because of how good he is already. Championship contender down here. He doesn't have he has pretty solid strength, so Malik is going to get redshirted. The Sam linebackers, we have 2 freshmen that are leading the way here. One has playing time and one has coach prestige. So we're going to actually redshirt Booty, and we're going to redshirt Doucette. Doucette has impact as well. So Jewel will come behind. Jewel had played quite a bit, so I'm not worried about that aspect of things at all. But Mike linebacker, 83 for Otis, 80 for Lancaster. Beckner's probably going to play, but Benedict also has 91 speed, so that's something to also look out for. Noah Carter is going to be the will linebacker. Morales is behind him at an 80 as well, so we have a lot of really interesting pieces at linebacker, so it's going to be interesting to see how we kind of navigate that. Corners, top 3, phenomenal, 89, 85, 84. 1 senior, 2 juniors. Both of them, as long as we stay in the championship contender, are going to stay for their senior year. Then we have a freshman, sophomore, all down here, all very similar players. They should be able to progress, especially Delgado, but he wants playing time, and as the 4th guy, we don't know if that's going to be the case. Free safety is interesting. We're going to play Hooker. He's a junior. He's 91 speed, but he's like completely maxed out. You can see he has 22 skill points. We can't put him anywhere. So he's maxed out. He's going to play mainly because of his speed. And then the anchor in the back, 87 overall senior Johnson Jr., 89 speed. The freshman Fredrickson has impact, so we're going to redshirt him. He had championship contender, so we should be good there. Then we have our kicker and our punter, who are both seniors, so we got to recruit them as well. So you got a little taste of the redshirt process. You got a taste of what the roster looks like. Now, what does it look like that we're chasing? We have five stars that are interested. One's a will linebacker, which is going to replace Carter. And then we have a Sam linebacker, which we're jumping up to on Lacey. It's really weak in the Sam linebacker room. Right edge, we're weak there. We did just jump up on the board, so Ohio State's jumping a lot, and so is Cincinnati. We're probably going to have to pull out of that one. The same thing here with Madden, the D tackle. The center, we jumped up quite a bit, as you can see, and we might be able to track down Iowa and Wisconsin in this one, but we're realistically probably going to get one or two of these. The one thing to remember is we're a 2.5 star, so it's not easy to continue to push for these 5 stars, especially when teams like LSU have a tier 5 pipeline. It's just really tough because we can't compete with their grades either. Right, so like if you look at our grades, they're not nearly what LSU's grades are going to be. So anyway, we only had friends and family on this corner. He has 93 speed. He's a gem. So we jumped it up to 50 points. We added 10 points here on Lowell as Illinois is trying to push for him. And then we only had 15 on Woodside last week because that's all we had. We did jump up to 50 to combat Purdue and Iowa, so hopefully we can get them guys. We did add 5 more points for Humphreys, as Kentucky and Michigan are kind of in that race. Helm, we added 5 more. We're by ourselves for right now in this right tackle race. We have 2 other right tackles that we're going after, so it's really not that big of a deal. Now the issue is down the board we are dropping every single week that we don't have anything, right? So it's very important for us to be able to get some of these done or just kind of back out of the race, just because, right? And that might happen with this D tackle because I didn't even see this guy down the board. This guy also has 93 speed and 92 excel, so we really want to just get a chance at the board. TCU is somebody we can probably track down. Utah is somebody we can track down probably. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to just add some more points here. Maybe we just go 50 to Lowell. And then we'll just add 10 here. All right, there you go. And that is the recruiting portion of it. So obviously we're going to get depth in that as well as we progress through the season. But early and often we try to get 5 stars that we have some type of pipeline, or we see the offers from teams that we should be able to compete with in the recruiting process. We are going to hop in here to the first game of the season in week 1 in this rivalry game as we travel to Northern Illinois to face the Huskies. Northern Illinois gets a field goal on their first possession and the first possession of the game. We are here just on the other side of midfield, and we are getting a 3rd and 1 situation, and Williams breaks a tackle and gets the first down, but Renner, our best O-lineman, goes down with a little bit of an injury. Hopefully he is okay. 3rd and 4 is what comes next. Durham is on the field. I'm so glad they fixed that glitch where if you're hurt for 46 weeks or whatever. It's how many weeks that you click the advance button. It's not like weeks in like real life calendar. So Williams is going to take it on 4th and 1, and we have another injury timeout. The injury thing is so low. I just don't think I can make it any lower. And it's still just a crazy amount of injuries that happen. Durham is going to get the first look here of the year, and he drops it. So it's not a great look for him, especially with the fact that we were talking about how important he was to our offense last year, and we miss a throw there, and there's another injury. What is happening? We are going to have to settle, though. It should be right down the middle, and it is going to be 3-3. See what the defense could do. The defense gets a stop. The game allows us to take this first quarter drive, which is nice. Washington underneath, and he is going to pick up 9. He was a pretty big I shouldn't say big contributor last year, but he contributed quite a bit last year. As Williams gets the ball, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, he hasn't been really productive today. 7 for 34, just under 5 yards per carry. We're looking for him to be better than that, of course, especially coming off the Heisman year, and we need to hold that block. Like, why are we not able to hold that block? All right, well, I guess we'll just switch sides with the play and go right back to a screen pass to pick up some yards. And yet another injury. Absolutely insane. All right, RPO here, 3rd and 5. Linebacker drops down. We're going to hit Durham. He holds on to this one, which is good. That is not something that we ask him to do a lot. A lot of it is trying to get him out in space and use his speed to our advantage as he drags people away from Uter, and Uter is going to pick up a bunch of yards there. And Bryce Baker feels pretty solid right now. He did miss that throw at the end of the previous possession, but not like it was an easy throw. That one was missed as well. So we just got to kind of figure, dialed in. It's game 1, right? Dialed in a little bit. He's ramped up, and I don't know why I keep calling that speed option, because it never works. It's like the worst speed option of all time. All right, 3rd and 15. We're not even in field goal range anymore either. Bryce, what a absolute dime. His throw on the run is insane. That is a great throw to Williams as he is running across the field. We're going to go to a speed option. We're going to get him to commit, and this guy still just ran down the line and just caught us. So speed option's just not our friend right now, and look at that. TD Merchant Thomas in the game, finds the end zone, touchdown Cardinals. Unbelievable. Williams does all the work, and Thomas just says, yeah, you know what, I'll go in. I'll take some touchdowns, thank you. Bolster his stats for when he leaves next year. We couldn't quite get back to that. Couldn't quite get back to it. It is still 10-3, 4th and inches here on our side of the 50. We're going to hit the first crosser. Probably shouldn't have. I didn't see the other defender in the logo, so pretty sketchy throw there on my part. We're just going to wait for Williams to get out. He's going to pick up the first down. And the offense is still going to be marching. So nothing crazy right now, right? It's been pretty pretty tame. Again, Baker feels all right, feels good. Williams is not being very productive against a really bad Northern Illinois defense. We're like 20 overalls better. So, and what just happened? We caught that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh no, I would be literally losing my mind if that happened to me. And that was a horrendous throw. All right, Baker's a little wild here to start. Durham is going to sit down, get in the end zone for the first time in over a year, and he's going to gritty on him. That shoulder looks pretty solid right now. Defense doing its job as well. We're finally starting to settle in here. It's 17-3. We are in the red zone. See if we are able to. Just gonna hit Williams here. He's gonna outrun. Oh, look at the stick work, and he is gonna find the end zone. What a catch and run by Williams to make it 24-3. We are back in the red zone. And this is kind of the feeling that we needed to get from this game here. They are not good. Just throw it away. Just trying to make a play, but seemed like Bryce kind of ran out of juice running around back there. So just throw it away. Live to play the next play and see what we can do from there. 3rd and 7 now. And again, Williams just isn't being very productive, which, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Bryce breaks one sack, can't get away from the other one. And our offensive line, as well rated as they are, have not been playing very well here to start, and we missed the kick. Kicking in this game, I will continue to say it, is definitely different than last year's. Oh, whoa. Why would we be running that play if we're this close? Williams, cut back lane, 2 broken tackles, gets down to the 1-yard line. And it should be a mere formality at this point, and it is. Williams into the end zone. He's going to hit the gritty as well. Just gritty, the Cardinal gritty is what we should call it from now on, because it's all we do. 31-3. Unbelievable start to the year. Definitely should be what it looks like. We probably could have passed it there because they were all out for the run. They're going to go ahead and get in. 3rd down here. I'll go ahead and take over. I just want to kind of get a couple more uses here out of Bryce Baker and see if we can figure something out, but he's just going to continue to run backwards into sacks. So offensive line needs to be better. I mean, there's no denying that, but we just got to be more decisive as Uter catches it, gets in the end zone. We didn't see that a whole lot last year, to be quite honest. He was pretty quiet. And our defense, what are we doing? We're giving up more points, these guys. What? More? What? Why? Good Lord. EA making it close per usual, but we're going to take the golden stock back to Indiana. 41-27. 21 fourth quarter points is just simply the sim being the sim. Defense definitely didn't deserve that. They did have 3 picks today, though. So that is a plus for sure. 28-39, 71% completion for Bryce Baker. 288, 3 tutties, no picks. Love to see that. Rushing, though, Williams was non-existent. 23 of 63. Or 23 for 63, I guess. He did get in the end zone. Thomas also stole that touchdown. as well. Williams led the team in receptions and yards, though, so that's not great to see. 6 catches for Acho for 42 yards. Durham had 5 for 29, got into the end zone. Uter 3 for 52 with a touchdown as well. So we're spreading it around, right? But we just need to be a little bit more prolific with our offense, I would say. Benedict, I mean, yeah, he's a beast. 91 speed, 91 agility. Hopefully he's on the top of the board quite a bit for the junior middle linebacker. Donovan Starr continues to play well with 7 tackles, as well as Edmond had 7. Johnson Jr. and Carter all had 7 tackles for loss. We only had 3. Garrison with 2 and Carter with 1. Sacks, 2 for Garrison and 1 for Carter. 3 interceptions, as I mentioned before. Quincy Grimes somehow got on the field. Delgado and Donovan Starr also, of course, he got 1, right? If we get interceptions, you can almost bet he is going to grab 1. So great work by the defense. Again, 21 fourth quarter points is just the EA sim just kind of jabbing a knife in there. So that is a great way to start, especially in a rivalry game. Game 2, week 2, rivalry number 2 on the year. And this is one that Miami, until last year, had been dominating. They won 6 in a row. We did find a way to beat them last year, but they want revenge. They want to start a new streak against us, but we are also looking to start a streak against them. Defensive battle here so far. 0-0, 3 minutes left here in the first. And Chief doesn't want to take the points here. I kind of love it. In a rivalry game, we have the speed to get around. We do. We hit Williams, but he's not going to be able to pick the first down up. Just not what we're looking for, obviously. But offense will get rolling here. Bryce Baker still trying to settle in here a little bit as a starting quarterback at Ball State. He's going to hit Uter, and it's going to be a first down. We're going to get inside of the 20, so we're going to take over in the red zone. 5 of 7 for Bryce Baker for 47 yards. 54 yards maybe. 6 rushes for 52 yards, for Williams, that we just can't seem to find a way to get in the end zone. So it's an interesting stat line. It's an interesting little bit of a leak out of the pocket to the right and throw back to the left there by Bryce Baker. Really just trying to draw the defensive zones away, and it worked. Williams picks up the first down, and we are now inside of the 10-yard line with first and goal. We're going to give it to Williams. He's going to put his foot in the ground and get upfield. Touchdown, Cardinals. And that is going to open the floodgates of scoring. We need to score a bunch of points today. We need to make a statement here that Miami of Ohio is no longer in the realm. Can we pitch it? What is happening? Oh my Lord. And it's going to end up in a house call. Touchdown, Cardinals. That was the most chaotic speed option I've ever seen. Oh my Lord. Oh, that is just what? That was awesome. Stressful, but awesome. All right, they are going for it. 4th and goal from the 1. It's a little pitch. We are right there. The left edge sitting there waiting for him, and we get the stop there. It is 14-3, 14-6. We do get down in the red zone. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Again, offense kind of slowed down now. Uter going to be wide open. Touchdown for the tight end. And he is going to Gritty in the end zone. And looks like we scored again. 28-6. Good Lord, I cannot speak right now. Little play action. Going to try to fit it into, is that Washington in the slot? I don't know why. Grimes, backup tight end. There you go. Double tight end set. Thomas is going to come in. He's going to get met at the goal line, and he is going to be short. Sisk now in the ball game. And he is going to get absolutely demolished as the cutback lane opened, but we couldn't quite get to it. Sisk still in the game. My question is, where is the Heisman winner? Because that could be getting worrisome. And Bryce Baker misses a wide open Uter in the end zone. We are going to settle for the points here. They get 31-6. Again, just making sure that we're getting points when we can get points at this point in the game is very important. And Sisk is still in. Okay, well, that is very worrisome. He still can't get in the end zone. He has 6 carries now. Thomas is now back in the game. But where is Williams? We're going to go ahead and get the pitch out to Thomas. He's going to score a touchdown. That's a little bit more of a traditional speed option look for us. We are running the ball all over them, but I haven't seen Williams. So I'm going to assume that he's hurt, which hopefully it's just for this game as Sisk. Okay, that was a horrible spot, but we're just going to take the points. As the third quarter, oh, they're challenging. I didn't challenge it. Where did the challenge come from? Well, they do give us our rightful first down, so there's that, but I don't know where the challenge came from. I wonder if because of the score, we just aren't having Williams in the game, but that must be it, because he is not on the injury report, as you just saw. Thomas gonna get the first down. It is offside, so we're probably just gonna accept the penalty. No, maybe not, because it would only be half the distance to the goal. Yeah, we'll decline it, get the first down. And we are on the verge of scoring yet again. But I guess our right tackle didn't want that to happen, so there's that. Sisk is going to fight his way into the end zone. I wonder if the wear and tear is the biggest issue. Oh my lord, we are just turning them over like crazy. It is 66-13 now, but good lord, we absolutely throttle them. This might be the last time we can play this rivalry game. They are bad. They are bad. Bryce Baker, only 134 yards passing, but he had 4 touchdowns because of the amount of times we had short field. Sisk, 16 carries for 71. Williams had 13 for 126 and 2 touchdowns. Thomas, 10 for 95 and 1 touchdown. Good lord. I'm not going to look at the receiving because there was nothing to really look at. Benedict led the team with 13 tackles, Stroud with 10 tackles, Starr with 7, 6 for Beckner and Edmond, 3 tackles for losses for Collins, Byler, Bishop, Manuelana, and Fantus. Benedict and Carter all had 1 tackle for loss, 2.5 sacks for Collins. Manu Maluna, I guess is probably how you say it, had a sack before he got hurt. Carter also had a sack, and then Fantus and Benedict shared a sack. 2 interceptions by Rashad Johnson, 1 by Beckner, and 1, of course, by Donovan Starr. First Sunbelt game here for Ball State as we host Toledo here in week 3. We hop in here with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. It is 0-0 here. kind of just like a feel out, like a boxing match when you're just kind of jab, jab, just kind of getting a feel. As you just saw there on the screen, we are about 21 overall points better. As you are well aware, I keep pointing out we're probably not an 87 overall, but we are definitely better than Toledo. So we really need to kick it into gear a little bit, and hitting Durham here on this slot fade would be a really good start to kicking it into gear. Instead, we're going to hit Uter, and he is going to make a very tough contested catch. Bryce Baker already has an interception in the game, which, let's not start all the turnover stuff here. Washington is going to have a deep crossing route, and he is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Great route, great ball by Bryce. Great job by the O-line as well, ensuring that we had enough time to make a good throw there. As it was a play action style play, we're just going to step up. Bryce is going to slide down for the first down. We are going to be in the red zone. We're going to go ahead and take over. We're going to look wheel route, and then we had the crossing route, and it was wide open, but we just didn't have time to throw it. So 2nd and 20. Okay, this guy is eating us alive right now, by the way, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Got man-to-man with help over the top. Uter's wide open, but Bryce misses him. And we are not punting from here. Kick the field goal. What are we doing? It's only a 51-yard field goal. This guy can hit a 51-yarder. Good Lord. Kicks up. And kicks good. Why we were punting there, I have zero clue. Chiefs lost his marbles for a second, I guess. Good God. 17-0. We get down to the 2-minute time, or we're getting under 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Be a good time for us to take over here and get some more points, really to kind of just put this game away, to be honest. As we can't block that D tackle that went out into pass coverage, which that's a problem. Okay, Durham, come on. Clear him. Clear him. There, he cleared him. Oh, God. Just didn't have enough time. Just ran out of time, really. It's not that we didn't have enough. We just ran out of it because we were trying to playmaker. We were trying to do a bunch of... Okay, what is happening? I'm about to spike my controller. Good Lord. I'm trying to finish this recording before I head into work, and I get up early to do it, and there's maintenance. So that kind of sent me in a tailspin, and so I couldn't get on as much as I wanted, or as early as I wanted to. And now we can't even score against Toledo. We can't keep this probably 72 overall D tackle off of our quarterback. And when we do have a clean pocket, our 89 or 90 overall quarterback can't hit wide open tight ends. All right, I'm done complaining now. Here we go. There's my little rant for the day. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And Williams is going to get it. He is going to get into the end zone. And it's going to be 24-0. Defense is obviously playing super well, keeping them off the board until that very moment, which naturally, right? I really want Durham to get involved here. We missed him all year last year. I was talking all year about how losing him was a big part of our offense, and it was for sure. The dynamic part of our offense just left once he was gone, so we had to change the style a little bit. And with him back now, even though he didn't make that catch, he drug some defenders away from Washington, and we were able to pick up a huge gain. Again, he is important. 21 carries for Williams. Working across the field. Bryce is going to step up. He's going to get a touchdown. He is a very good player for us. Hopefully we can keep him for 2 years. The trick to that is we need to be like an A championship contender, which means we can't be losing games, which gives a little bit added pressure to us in that aspect. But hopefully, truthfully, we get some type of competition within the Sun Belt. It's been pretty easy sledding so far, as 68 destroys us yet again. Conference-wise, like they're just, and again, the overalls are very weird in the game. Bryce is going to keep that one by himself instead of pitching it. A pitch could have resulted in a fumble, something crazy. But, like, the teams we've been playing have been so much worse than us. And, yeah, it's very interesting. And I guess, right, like, we are only in the third conference. So the fact that Toledo, who has been stuck in the third worst conference, can't recruit like top tier guys to get to Toledo, Ohio. I mean, it makes sense why they're so lowly rated, but at the same time, it's like, are we ever going to get to a point where we are getting challenged in our conference? Yes, we lost to Bowling Green last year. But we just, I just hope there's a team where we match up relatively well with them. Okay, yeah, I get Bobby Renner is out for the game. Stop pulling up the screen. Please and thank you. Williams going to find the end zone yet again. Untouched from about 12 yards out, and that is going to be the game. So again, a pretty easy start to Sunbelt, 45-9, 173 touchdowns, just under 30 attempts for Williams, and yeah, there was just no chance for Toledo. Only 124 yards passing again for Bryce Baker though. That might become an issue. 29 for 170. He ran for 57 and 2 touchdowns. Williams also got 2 touchdowns, as we mentioned. Nobody's really doing anything crazy in the receiver room, which we knew that was going to be a weak spot, but we need to figure out how to utilize them. Carter with 9, Benedict with 9. Star with 8, 7 for Stroud. Tackles for loss, we had a boatload. Fontus, Carter, and Garrison all with 2. Fontus, Collins, and Carter with sacks as well. Interceptions by Stroud and Johnson. Stroud is coming on really well this year for interceptions, and Johnson is as well. So defense, again, playing really well, but Toledo is just super bad. And that is going to be the episode. I greatly appreciate you taking time to click on the video. I'm super excited for year, is this 4 now? So super excited for it. I hope you enjoyed the off-season episode. If you didn't get a chance to look at it, go ahead and take a peek. All these videos from episode 1, or maybe even episode 0. I can't remember if I did a 0 for this one, but all of it is in a playlist on the YouTube channel. So go ahead and take a peek at that if you are new. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like. It does wonders for my videos. I greatly appreciate you, and I appreciate the support. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.